Good morning, everyone. It's really a fantastic morning to be here with you all in Oran, in Algeria, for our second major international English language teaching conference on communicative practices in the classroom. I'm delighted to be in Oran. I'd like to thank our hosts here in Oran and everyone who's been so hospitable here to us. But I'd really like to also thank all of you, all the students, teachers. I know there are over 500 teachers from the Ministry of National Education, the public sector here with us, teachers from the private sector, from universities. I'd like to thank all of you who've travelled so far across Algeria, the biggest country in Africa, to be with us here this weekend. And I'd like to thank all of you from the United Kingdom, from the region, from elsewhere in the world, all the experts and friends as well who have travelled to be with us here this weekend. It's a great event, I think, this conference. Last year in Algiers, I really think it was one of the most impressive events that we organised. And I told Deirdre when she told me that there would be twice as many people here this year, well, even if it's half as good, it will be fantastic. But I think we've gone way beyond twice as many people this year, and so I'm very confident it's going to be a great weekend and investment of your precious time here with us. The objectives of this conference are to bring together all the experts and knowledge and experience in English language teaching in Algeria, together with some fantastic international experts that we have here from the UK, but also from Morocco, from Tunisia, from British Council offices in Egypt, elsewhere, from Spain, from France, and I'm sure other countries. This international exchange is really precious, I know, and I think this is a real special opportunity to share innovative techniques, and to share best practice and to develop the networks to a whole new level here in Algeria. But I think it's very much a two-way process as well. If I may say, I think Algeria is a well-kept secret, at least in Britain, but maybe I think in other countries. It's not very well known as it should be. And especially the developments that are happening here, you know, the developments in English and in English language teaching, which is symbolised by all of you being here today. And I think it's wonderful that we have experts, international level experts, and so many others from around the world that are going to partake in that and understand better and take that back to their studies, their work, their friends, their families. The British Council is, above all, a cultural relations organisation and one that exists to build trust and understanding and relationships between people worldwide. And we do that through our work in English and education and society and the arts. So I think that exchange and that mutual exchange is really, really important for us and really valuable. And I think this is going to be a terrific forum for that. I'm also delighted, as good as the conference was in Algiers last year, that we're in Oran this year. Often people ask me, why does everything happen in Algiers? And I say, well, it doesn't actually. We are doing lots of things. There's a limit to what the British Council can do, but we are doing lots of things with our partners around the country. And it's wonderful this year to bring the conference to Oran. Of course, people then ask, why is the conference in Oran? But you know, we realise Algeria is an enormous country. Another great fact for our visitors, London, I think, is closer to Oran certainly closer to Algiers than the southern border of Algeria is. So there's a big population, 40 million people in a very big country, and we are very conscious that we need to work across Algeria to reach our ambition. And the British Council has an ambition to reach every teacher and learner with high quality English language resources in the world. So that's quite a big ambition for a relatively small organisation. And certainly we can only do that through working with all of you, through working with partners, and no more so than in Algeria. And so I'm delighted that we are working very closely with the Ministry of Education. I'd like to welcome Monsieur Lubsir and all the teachers and inspectors and supervisors here. This is, I think, our most important work in Algeria, which can really, in supporting the Ministry of Education's reforms, in supporting all of you in the best way we can have the most systemic change on teaching and learning of English in Algeria for the long term. So we're delighted to be working with 200 inspectors, 600 teacher trainers from every wilaya on our teacher training program, and to have a 3-year agreement with the Ministry of Education to work more and support areas of development like textbooks and curricula and assessment. And that's a really big undertaking, but by working in partnership with the Ministry, we can, I believe, have an impact in every wilaya in Algeria. Likewise, with the Ministry of Higher Education, we're facilitating the big ambitious plan to send 500 PhDs in English to the UK over the next 5 years. So far there are 25 PhDs that have started in the UK, and there are more. This is on the way. This is an initiative of the Ministry of Higher Education. We are facilitating the placement. It's great now that about 30 British universities and counting are engaging in the programme in Algeria. Again, it's that mutual benefit with more and more people in UK institutions engaging in Algeria that is so valuable as well. But we want to do much more work with the Ministry of Higher Education, with universities. We know there's a huge demand from students, from teachers, from academics, and so that's very much one of our priorities for the coming year. And also, in such a massive country, we have to work through broadcast, and it's wonderful that we have partnerships with Esharuk newspaper, with Jill FM, to broadcast our English language products, our radio shows, our newspaper articles in the papers, on the radio, and we'd like to do more of that. And likewise, through using digital. Some of you may follow me on Twitter. I've now got about 750 followers, which I'm very proud of, and I'll be tweeting away if you want to follow me at Martin Daltry. But fortunately, we have many more followers on our Facebook. We have about 500,000 Algerians on the Learn English MENA Facebook page. I don't know whether you've ever looked at that, but that's a fantastic resource, and that speaks volumes for the numbers of Algerians that are going online and accessing English language resources from the British Council and others. Another little anecdote, we launched last year the first British Council massive open online course, MOOC for learners. In the first week, Algeria was in the top 10 globally, and we had thousands of people working on the British Council MOOCs, and we've since launched others for teachers. So again, look at those, and it does speak volumes for the engagement of Algerians in English language teaching and learning. And I think another important initiative that we're working on is the Algerian English Language Teacher Professional Network. We have some great people that we're working with, Nabila and Taha and many others who are developing workshops, regular workshops in Batna, Biskra, Skikda, Algiers, and we know we need to reach more cities, and we can only do that with you. And this is, in a way, the ultimate AEL-TPN gathering, and really we want to build our teacher networks for the coming year. So, I'm perhaps talked enough. I really want to thank everyone. Before I forget, our own British Council team have worked so hard, Deirdre and colleagues, but all our partners, the Ministry of National Education in particular, but our event management team, the exhibitors, all the experts, we could not have done this without you. We can only develop our work to a new level and go even bigger and better than this by working with you. And we really need to work together, we really need to work with each other, and the British Council is delighted to be part of that. So, thank you all very much. I wish you a wonderful conference. I'm really, really looking forward to it, and it's really so exciting. Thank you.